Millennium next week. Let's take a look here. gBots going to start it off on attack, unKnights starting it off on defense, and we are ready to go.
Console office meeting room, that's that top floor, going to be defended first thing by unKnights. And that's pretty common. That's what we're used to seeing here. No IQ going to be coming from gBots, and that is likely to see Valkyrie cams outside. Very heavy presence there. Going to be put onto the attacker. Actually, there is an IQ coming out of the last second from Drid. That's a good pick there. Again, IQ finding a lot more use, especially on maps like Consulate, getting rid of those cameras outside, even inside the bomb site. Give you a lot of warning in when you're making your final push.
And this top floor is oftentimes played similar to the top floor of of Cafe in regards to the pulse play. We'll typically see the pulse play underneath, whether that be in the main lobby or be over in the piano room. And that's another thing that Drid's going to be looking for. Where is that heartbeat sensor coming from?
Yeah.
10 seconds left.
We do have that pulse, we do have that Valkyrie, and we might even see a double roam downstairs utilizing that C4 as much as possible. Both the Valkyrie and the pulse. We'll see how they choose to conduct themselves here. We have seen a lot of C4 coming underneath the printer room specifically, and that has been very successful for a lot of different teams.
And we're going to spot Jacques, who is the pulse. He's going to be inside of servers, looking up towards the floor of Visa. Now, unfortunately for gBots, no one's going to be spawning over that side. They've all spawned it out by the courtyard and gas stations over by the police line as well. Lion, however, will work his way here into the north end, the north windows of Consulate.
We have a very spread out gBots attack here. They're covering a lot of their different bases. Looks like they're situating themselves for a B bomb site take though, as Barrage repels up onto the B windows. Playing that that Blackbeard here is going to be very hard for any of the defenders to really challenge onto and beat.
Now that is a very practiced angle that we see Kaoxi in, because right now he's very close to being exposed through the corner or through the side of that window. So he knows that he's stayed here, waiting for one flashbang to go through. ADS going to go out and try to stop the next two from coming out. There it is. Now that will get rid of all three. Another ADS going to go flying here.
I like that Kaoxi is saving his ADSs, knowing he needs to stay alive in this position by denying the grenades. Very dangerous here, though.
Yeah, Drid is most likely going to try to throw down one grenade
here.
You see him cooking it right now. He's going to look at it for his death and oh, he misses it. Second one going to come flying.
Oh.
Kaoxi sees it and he will just skedaddle on out of there. Looks like he takes a little bit of damage, about 40% health through that nade. However, that's both nades from the IQ from Drid. That's all three flashbangs from Blackbeard. That's Barrage. And this is looking very good for Kaoxi, able to take out 5 sets of utilities. We are going to have Voy and Hicks both focusing their attack onto the yellow stairs, where we see Troy and Wesker working.
Both of those nades missing their target means that the Jaeger did manage to stay alive, and because of that, this time is just dwindling away for the attackers, while they still do have the man advantage. Ooh. And now extended by taking out Hicks. Nice shot there by Barrage.
Now we are going to have Kaoxi be one of the last men standing here in the corner office to try to stop this. They're going to be pushing on in, takes out Lion, and we have Barrage. He's got to go for this as well, but Drid forces his way into the site, and that will be down, down, down as the Bandit and the Jaeger go down. Last minute alive is going to be Voy. He's tucked away inside of the bathroom. They know exactly where he is, and it looks like Plant will go down behind the desk. Wesker going to try to be taken out of commission here, and that is successful by Voy. A 1-on-2. There is going to be a collapse, though. A trade, a crossfire. Troy's on the left, Barrage on the left, or on the right side. And we are going to have Voy force his way out. He has to come through here, and unfortunately, he will not win this engagement against Barrage with a head shield. He is stuck. His only attempt is to jump out of the window, but I don't believe he's going to be able to do that. And there it is. Barrage peeks his way forward, grabs the shot there onto Voy. Round one will go into the hands of gBots.
Nice and simple attack there from gBots. Pressure the yellow stairs, pressure the B windows, and that's all she wrote. Good attack overall, well executed. Now, there were a couple mistakes being made by unKnights, not covering that yellow stairs rush from the IQ straight onto the Jaeger. I mean, the Jaeger did his job inside B, right? He denied those B windows from 2 different attackers. Unfortunately, the rest of his team on those anchors, they were unable to really stay alive and give him the backup that was necessary to win that round.
So, with that being done, we are going to have gBots on defense going upstairs to the same site that we just saw, unfortunately, an unsuccessful hold by unKnights. But unKnights, I think, still have it in them to work out the kinks in it. There was nothing overly drastically wrong with what they were doing.
I mean, it was a little bit older, and I say funny to say that I hear that about unKnights, not gBots. But what we have here is gBots doing the slightly newer defense setup for this top floor, opening up the B wall rather than closing it off, and that's going to allow gBots to play the B bomb site from the yellow stairs, extending themselves just a little bit more. But at the same time, it's difficult for the attackers to get rid of a defender who's holding firm on those yellow stairs. So, yes, extended, but also even on top of that, even if you get rid of the guy who's playing dedicated yellow, then there can still even be roamers for gBots further downstairs who can rotate out at the rotate back up at the right moment and deny that defuse plan in the B bomb site. Despite that, though, it does look like unKnights is pressuring onto the A bomb site. Different attack here than what we saw gBots execute.
Now we are going to see. I mean, thinking about the yellow stairs and how important that is for gBots to hold in this type of setup, it's also not necessarily where we are going to see unKnights push. You just said they're going to be pushing in from admin. They likely have either droned it out and realized, okay, this is their hold. We're just going to go from the other side, not worry about it.
Honestly, it's probably just the case that unKnights just likes to take from admin. Most teams, I'd say the majority of the attacks we see on Consulate top floor are into the admin A balcony. I think that's like the primary form of attack we see in this current meta.
Now Drid is going to try to get the C4 kill onto Spo.
Ooh, he backed off of it.
Yeah, he did, unfortunately, and that will leave him free reign of Visa. Choi, however, will be removed, and Spo coming on through to finish him off. He's not going to rush on up those Visa stairs. I think he thinks it's all clear, but Drid is still underneath, so he might want to come up and snag a kill.
So looks like it's going the same way here. The attackers really establishing themselves very early into the round. On the opposite end of the map, mind you, but still good presence. Now they're putting the buck onto the A balcony rather than the Blackbeard. That's an interesting choice there by unKnights, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter much as Spo takes out Baraz. Now a 2 versus 5.
Now Lion and Drid are going to be the last two alive, and we have Lion inside of the bathroom. Drid got his way over into the connector. And Drid with that heartbeat sensor. Oh, looks like Spo heard it. He flicked his wrist right on over and just barely missed the head there of Drid as he scooted into the corner. Now Spo realizing that he's inside a connector, he's going to go underneath and try to use that ash charge from below. Nades are going flying in. There's no more left on Voy. And there he is. Drid will be there. Now Lion's going to be taken out of commission by Chaos. And Drid tries to challenge this, but unfortunately he will not come out on top. He's going to go ahead, take out Chaos. And then Spo swinging on up from the yellow stairs to remove Drid from play.
Constant trade back and forth here between these two teams in terms of rounds. Seems like the top floor is a attacker-sided situation. I wonder if we'll see unKnights choose to rotate downstairs or continue to try and slug it out upstairs. It will be a continuation. That is interesting that unKnights is going to try and dedicate themselves to that top floor instead of just, hey, let's go somewhere else. You know, we see that rotation happen a lot of the time throughout the pro. I mean, we just saw it in the previous match when Ents was on the back foot trying to defend the...
Now, we do have a recruit coming out of the mix. Sorry to cut you off here, but we have a recruit here on unKnights.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision there to bring a recruit. Probably just want to bring the... Probably just want to bring that extra, possibly barbed wire. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is here.
Thinking barbed wire and C4, yeah.
Yeah, so the barbed wire C4 combo. So you can understand why they're doing that, but at the same, it's curious though because you could just bring a Valkyrie. I mean, I get you. Okay, so you want the barbed wire for the site, and you want the C4 for the
so they're basically
for underneath. But and I get it. The MP7 on recruit's not bad. He's a 3-speed too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him inherently.
So basically, what they're giving up is an extra barbed wire in place of the C4.
Yeah, but what they're really giving up is cameras, because now they don't have cameras on Consulate defense.
Well,
I mean,
do you typically have a bandit, or do you have a Valkyrie in this position?
A Valkyrie. Yeah, I'd have a Valkyrie right now. I think if you're talking about like a bandit rotation, then that's the castle in all likelihood.
I'm not talking about bandit rotation, just in general, bandit bringing his 3 barbed wire is what we tend to see.
They really want that C4. As you can see, based upon the unKnight defense right now, they are heavily invested downstairs. Like this is a, and I say downstairs as in the first floor. This is a first floor hold of the top floor. They've got a lot of roam game going on here. And it's centered around the B bomb site. But it is also centered around that C4 that you have Voy and the Pulse have. But the thing is, again, I get why the barbed wire, but aren't the Valkyrie cams better than the barbed wire? Don't you have to imagine that that is the superior choice there?
I mean, we constantly have seen Valkyrie cameras get thrown outside and instantly be taken out of commission, whether that be by Drid's IQ, and maybe that's what they're anticipating.
Is the IQ?
Yes.
Yeah. No. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. It might be that gBots reads into this as they do see the pulse underneath the B bomb site, and instead of going to the A bomb site, they might, or sorry, the B bomb site, they might opt to go for the A bomb site.
C4 gets tossed out. Oh, it's gonna do massive damage to Lion and also take out Drid.
What a great C4 there from Jock. And it's like you're trying to play from below, but then all of a sudden, you don't really need to. You can just C4 elsewhere. Wesker going to trade it back, though, onto Spo.
Wonderful job there. Now, Spoken, like you said, will fall. And we are going to have a 4-on-4, although with Lion's health, it's more like a 3-on-4. But he still has a gun in hand and still a beating heart. So he could do some damage still.
Yeah, as long as bullets protrude from the barrel of your gun and can hit the head of the enemy, you are still absolutely viable.
A bomb has been located.
So they are actually, gBots are actually going to continue to pressure onto this B bomb site, despite the fact that there is still C4 underneath to worry about on Voy.
Hicks is going to be inside of the connector, looking in towards the corner office, towards that B site. Chaos going to grab 1 kill there into Choi. And Wesker, unfortunately, will not be able to counter-frag that.
Oh no, Lion's going to repel on into Hicks's
Oh, and
smokes.
that's the benefit of having a gas grenade against a 1-hit point thermite.
Wesker's going to slowly creep his way in here into Piano, get a double kill.
Woo,
onto
a good
Jock
shot
and Voy.
there.
That was a nice little sneak there, but unfortunately, Chaos takes out Baraz, and now it's a 1 versus 2. So despite the fact that he got that kill and dealt with the C4, it's you know, he's still got to go up the stairs with the barbed wire.
Yep, and Chaos is just going to wait for it, goes for the wall bang, and instantly just annihilates Wesker after that beautiful double kill we saw him have.
Yeah, that was good creep up there from Wesker, coming up from behind of the 2 defenders from those yellow stairs. They obviously were not expecting that. Well played to him. All the same, now that is the first upstairs defense 1 out of the 3, and now we are going to be seeing gBots. Are they going to continue? Yes, they are going to force out that upstairs. Now, again, they have been unsuccessful thus far on this top floor defense, and unKnights is the only team that has actually made it work.
Now, taking a look here, they actually, you talked about it last round, there was so much investment in that main floor hold. It was very different than what we've seen. We haven't necessarily seen 3 people, especially a recruit-style themed 3-man hold from underneath.
Yeah, and I'm still curious about that recruit choice. That is such a perplexing decision there by unKnights. I mean, the cameras can help even if you just put them in the site, because then that's aiding the cause of C4ing from underneath. Imagine in that situation, you have your recruit, you have your pulse, okay? They're playing underneath. You got your castle, and he can obviously help supplement the C4 with his impact grenades, right? But for the most part, he's just playing downstairs to help you stay alive. And your pulse dies. Or, yeah, your pulse dies, he gets taken out of the picture, then you have no way to know where it is the attackers are planting. No way. You can't tell. Your anchors are all dead, your pulse is gone, there's no cameras on the site, and they're just planting wherever the heck, and despite the fact that you have the C4, you can't really do anything about it. So it's really interesting that unKnights is going for that, but you know, it makes sense at the same time. That recruit is very, very good, and the barbed wire is super useful. I mean, the MP7 is
You saw how quickly right now Wesker threw out 1 drone or 1 camera to the northeast end of the map, and within 5 seconds of the round starting, it was already taken out.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is you could just put it in the site. As well, you know, having that extra info, whatever. It doesn't really matter. unKnights did come out on top there, and you know, bringing that recruit absolutely worked for them. So that's a good choice for unKnights. Though We are moving now into the next defense for gBots, and we'll see if they're able to make it work without a recruit. Maybe it's that lucky charm that on the recruit that they really need to get these round wins.
Now it's so I'd say odd to see Drid move off of server when he's already identified 3 people outside of Visa that he could have the potential to throw this C4 up at.
He's gonna instead try to challenge these,
Bomb located by attackers.
directly onto this Ash.
There it is. They're going to collapse together, and we'll use there for the trade. Choi, however, doesn't need that much help as he did take out Spoken. Jacques, however, will get rid of Lion with a frag grenade.
And again, we see Voy instead of the Blackbeard on this A balcony. Now this is an interesting decision by unKnights. One of many.
We're going to spot Wesker, try to get on out of connector. Nade's going to go in towards Barrage. I don't think he was ready for it. That's going to do about half his life down. Wesker's still here. This is one of those cameras right above the soda machines by printer doorway. He's going to be spotted out. That's going to be the sledge. That's Jacques, who's now has a known position. Now coming up from underneath, Baraz and Choi looking to try to come up those Visa stairs. Someone's going to have to go and challenge this.
You can see here unKnights just poisoning themselves to push into that A bomb site. There is nobody from gBots who can readily stop it, really. They're just looking for that retake opportunity, and Baraz is just waiting for the perfect chance to flank.
I mean, this is Kaoxi's position. He doesn't need to because the rest of his team is going to clear out the site. They're going to go in for the push. Now, I would normally expect to see Drid underneath, but I don't see that just yet. It looks as though he's going to be on main floor.
Defender has left the area of operation.
Well, this run out, unfortunately, is just poorly timed and not going to catch Voy as Voy just came off that rappel.
A good trade, though. Jacques takes out Drid. Wesker going to grab the trade on him. Voy there on the balcony will finish off Wesker. Now Jaeger trying to come on up through. Chaos has his own to say about that. Choi now moving on forward. He's going to be spotted out and down to finish off then by the Blackbeard, swinging around for the Visa stairs, looking towards Circle, and that will be the round going to unKnights.
Nice attack there by unKnights, and we're looking at a 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. The first round won by gBots, but that slipped away nice and quick. unKnights seemingly very dominant on Consulate. I believe this was their map pick.
This was their pick, and it's showing through.
unKnights now going to bring us to the first defense that is not the top floor, that is the garage cafeteria, as they were successful in their top floor hold. gBots, meanwhile, they need to make something happen here. Maybe the fact that we are now going to be on a different site is just the mix-up that gBots needs. That last round really just came down to the very simple attack of coming from the admin office and then pushing your way into the A doorway while you have somebody on a balcony to hold the flank of connector. That's all that attack was really for unKnights, and it worked out great for them. Now, there weren't a lot of countermeasures implemented from gBots to stop that from happening. Specifically, you have to talk about that pulse. He did not get the C4 from underneath at any point in that push. It could have been in the A bomb site. It could have been by Printer, but he just didn't even go for it. And unfortunately, because of that, the man advantage was so steep in the favor of unKnights that it just kind of cascaded out of control.
Now, there's been something on my mind that I couldn't put my thumb on until just now, was the fact that this is round number 5, and we haven't seen a Mira yet.
Yeah, not a lot of Mira play. I mean, Consulate is probably... I mean, when you were talking about a basement hold, it is a little weird. It's kind of odd that unKnights is... I mean, unKnights makes a lot of odd decisions, seemingly, but it's working for them. So, anyway, it's kind of odd that unKnights is not bringing Mira to the basement hold, but on the top floor, it's forgivable. It's understandable. It's not... Mira is not essential for that floor. Although it is... Yes, it is very weird for both of these teams to not want to bring Mira.
Because I was looking at the Mute and Bandit combination. I was like, okay, Bandit for the garage, Mute then for what? I mean, we've seen Mute plays, especially on Penta with Falco previously during Season 1.
Yeah.
We've seen him roam upstairs. Now we're just seeing him, I think, around the main floor, not necessarily doing too much on the very top.
I mean, he's always useful in clearing out those drones. Denying information to the attackers is always very nice. But again, you're right. There are some other options that could be brought here, like the Mira, for example. On a basement defense, Mira might be better.
Now, Jacques is here on the top of those circle stairs, or working his way to the top from the bottom of the circle stairs. Spoken, however, will get a couple bullets into his shoulder by Lion, who's peeking in from the north garden window.
You could see gBots just desperately trying to take control of this piano room, and they will start things off here with a kill on Voy. That's the Valkyrie that's gone. And they are now taking control fully of this first floor.
They do need to be wary of Jacques, though, as a C4 comes flying on forward. That's going to finish off that downed Thermite.
Attackers
So
recovered
that
the bomb diffuser.
will not, Jock is not going to know that he killed the Thermite there, but he is going to know he killed somebody. But unbeknownst to unKnights, they will now not have to worry about that garage any longer, as there's no breaching potential. They won't even have to worry about drops. And now Spo has downed Thatcher, Wesker.
I think that was a good call. He downed him and then just got out of town. He didn't need to use up too much time or expose himself, take too much risk.
Yeah.
Has been dropped.
Yeah, but it is very much slipping away from gBots here in this round. They have to do something pretty amazing with no breach potential moving forward.
As spoken, he just needs to spend a little bit more time here. Jacques gonna grab a double headshot kill from the circle stairs and servers. Choi and Baraz will fall. Can he grab another? He will, and Jacques will get the final kill there onto Drid.
All 3 kills on the same exact angle, all peeking one by one. Great play there by Jock.
All 3 headshots, too.
All 3 headshots, yeah. Good headlining. And now we are at match point. unKnights, very dominant on this first map.
Can definitely see why they chose it.
Yeah, this is it's pretty obvious. Now they are going to be attacking onto a garage defense. gBot's going to be going down into the old basement. And there's that Mira play. Now Mira makes a lot of sense when it comes to a basement hold. And despite the fact that we didn't see unKnights play him last round, Mira is still a very useful operator here. Look at that score line there for unKnights. Jacques and Keoxys really stepping it up for their team.
Now the mirror placement, the first one we see coming out of Baraz, is going to be inside of the office. That's kind of the first and most typical mirror spot that we've seen here before. The second one that is likely to be where Baraz is reinforcing this wall now.
Yeah, there it is.
Is not what every team goes with. Some teams tend to keep that mirror window for upstairs inside of the bathroom above.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of especially in the Latin American scene, like you're talking about, just a mirror window facing towards piano. And they would put like a smoke in there with the drop down open. And it's kind of worked, but at the same time, all it really does is stall out time on the clock. And that is useful, but it's a lot of investment and a lot of risk for just a couple seconds of time.
I think what also kind of matters, or you have to take into consideration when thinking, why don't we see a mirror here? Why is the mirror placement in this location as opposed to this location? Is also the meta of the regions. I mean, out of the Latin American region, we still see a lot of glass play. And just in general, we don't see that much out of the European and North American regions. That could lead to different mirror placements and different sources of pushes and receives and collapses from the attacking and defending sides.
On the current meta right now, Europe and North America have completely shifted, almost completely shifted off of Glaz back onto Blackbeard. He is, obviously you've been seeing him play pretty much every round in this map so far.
Now it looks as though Voy has gotten the call that we have a downed and finished off Choi, but he's going to be trying to baiting out a potential push or potential rescue mission. And it looks as though just a collapsing Bespoken going to tag 2 on the Baraz and Wesker, and then Koxy will be finished up by Droid. Void finally picks up the kill on the Drid. 3 on 2. However, Choi is still injured. Lion, last man alive. There's still over half the round to go. Lion has got to be feeling the pressure at the moment. Yeah, he needs to get this clutch, unless he doesn't. Basically, like the round is going to needing to get him to get the clutch here.
Yeah, if he doesn't win this, then it will be map number 1 in favor of unKnights.
Yep.
And it's almost certainly going to go that way as unKnights drones out the last remaining defender. He is all of the attackers know where he is, and he only has 17 bullets in that dinky little SMG-11, so it's going to be difficult for him to challenge onto 3 people.
We say that, but we have seen, I believe it was during Monday or Tuesday night's Pro League, a 3-kill single-clip SMG-11 inside of Oregon.
Very impressive.
So it is possible.
It's entirely possible.
But he's going the wrong way.
Yeah, he's going for the long flank, and this actually might work out for him here.
Nope, Avoy has spotted him, tagged him with a couple bullets, and that will force him back downstairs.
Could have worked if he had not been spotted, but now Hicks is going to get the diffuser plant, and Voy is going to challenge onto the bottom of these spirals.
And there it is, Voy coming on out of the kitchen to look on down the hallway. Map number 1 will go into the hands of unKnights very definitively.
Yeah, that was a solid win there for unKnights. So it just seemed like gBots weren't putting up much of a fight on Consulate, and that might just be down to a lack of practice. It could also be down to unKnights getting some really hard counter-stratting in there.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the counter-stratting of their top 4 site where they brought the recruit, they held from underneath, I feel like that was a direct counter-strat, realizing that their Dread is going to be playing that IQ.
Yeah, they definitely read into that. Let's take a look at some of the highlights for that previous match and see what was resulted in that win.
That was unfortunate. That first nade would have gotten rid of Chaoxy.
That needed to hit, and I mean, they did end up winning that round. They did end up winning this round, actually, but all the same, that's the only round they won in the whole match.
10 seconds remaining.
So with this, I mean, that was like round 1, gBots won the first round and didn't win any after that, which means unKnights got a, oh, there's that great C4 toss.
Right through that tiny little gap, and it left, not only did it kill someone, but it left someone else on in just 1 HP.
Yep, and he later on died by rappelling in and eating some gas grenades.
I believe we are going to be going on to Border for our second map.
Yes.
Which is going to be another really well-balanced map similar to Consulate. And I really hope that gBots is going to be able to, you know, show us some of the gBots that we're so familiar with. So we've seen in the past that previous LAN finals. And it's not going to be a complete stomp here because that first map was absolutely a stomp in the favor of unKnights.
Yeah, definitely in favor of unKnights. Our second map is going to be getting underway here momentarily. It's going to be on Border. And again, the winner from this moves on to fight Millennium next week in the decider match. So who's going to get that second place seed coming out of Group B? Again, the top 2 teams from Groups A and the top 2 teams from Group B go into the playoffs. We've already got 2 of those seeds, 2 of the seeds confirmed. We've got ENTS as well as Penta. And so next week we will be deciding those matches. But before that, let's take a look here as the map is going to get underway with map number 2 here on Border.
Yeah, we're going to have gBots starting on attack, unKnights starting on defense. It's going to be an armory locker, surprise, surprise, for the first defensive round here. No big surprises in terms of operator selection either. I'm curious to see if unKnights is going to invest in that CCTV hold, or if they're just going to go ahead and say, hey, you know what, let's consolidate. Let's put our mirror windows in the small office. Let's put one towards Fountain. You know, play it the old safe way that used to be the meta about at the beginning of this season. There are a lot of shifts that have happened since then.
The castle barricades lead me to believe it's going to be a CCTV remote because we typically do see castle barricades on some of the rotation doorways, especially the office into East Hallway, where it forces the attackers pushing in down the hall to not have an easy avenue out of the line of sight.
This is through and through going to be a CCTV hold. You can tell by the fact they opened up that rotation hole, and then and then we did have Castle put that window down to try and force out, like similar to what you do with like the office doorway you're talking about. It's the same thing on like the west balcony window. It means the attackers can't just vault on in and try to challenge directly. Here's this mirror window going to be going down by the old mirror, the old spookin, and that's gonna allow a lot of control for this main hallway, south door to the balcony, just in general, the whole floor. I think there might actually be opening up Fountain as well. I'm not sure yet.
Now, one of the things to note, though, is that if Office is overrun by the attackers, there is a soft wall on B facing that castle barricade we're looking at right now.
Oh, yeah. Despite that, I mean, they're still going to have to contend the mirror window all the way in CCTV. That's very difficult.
I mean, potentially. They could stay outside on the east balcony window.
We've seen that, yeah.
Of Office and just ash their way through. Just keep an eye as the rotation coming around from lockers.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times, and it has actually been a pretty good strategy, especially if you have a Blackbeard to hold down that hard angle onto the B bomb side after you open up the wall. But we don't have a Blackbeard in this instance, and they're gonna have to test Jock in the sandwich.
Wesker just going to toss out one EMP grenade, likely getting rid of some of the ADSs, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see someone trying to play from underneath, but instead, Choi realizes I cannot go through this hallway, through this corridor just yet.
Very slow attack here from gBots. Don't want to risk it, which is understandable. They are one map down. unKnights, meanwhile, just playing the angles, just waiting for their opportunities.
Shock is going to fall off as he realizes that the wall is going to get opened up very close to him.
A bomb has been located.
So he moves back into Fountain. and then all the way back to the west stairs.
So gBots have established a little bit of control here, but they haven't actually made the push into the offices yet.
It's theoretical control, as we do have Spoken still inside of the CCTV room. Wesker, however, will tag the head of Hicks right away, and that means there's 60 seconds left to go, and unKnights still holding control of the majority of this top floor. Now there's Barrage trying to go for the shots there. Kaoxi, however, he's going to be inside of the break room. Snagged a very nice kill there onto Barrage. Wesker, though, will take out Spoken inside of the CCTV room. And we are going to have Kaoxi now still looking for this shot from break to finish off Wesker.
That's the guy who was playing the Mira window, and now it's unmanned.
Now they know Kaoxi's over there. Voy and Jock are going to need to keep things under wraps. This is that wall we just saw getting opened up. I'm sorry, that was the break room. Kaoxi still looking to go for the shots. It looks like Jacques will fall through the drop hatch in that middle line of sight of A. Gas grenade going to go out. That's going to stop some of the push from the east balcony, but the wall is getting opened up here. We are going to have 15 seconds to go. A 4-on-2 as Jacques did get removed from play. Now Voy looking on down through the middle corridor where Kaoxi's also looking. Thatcher's going to make his way in here. They're going to look here towards Kaoxi, and he'll be taken up by Choi. And we're going to have round 1 going into the hands of gBots.
We did also have the previous round number 1 going to favor of gBots, and then it just went downhill from there. So we need gBots to continue this momentum. So what happened in that round? They pushed into the offices, they collapsed in from the main hallway, and they won their fights through and through. Just came down to winning their fights. They picked apart that castle inside of Sandwich to start things off, and then from there it was just kind of take a challenge fight, win fight, move forward. Especially on a Mira window. I mean, you kind of have to question why unKnights is playing the Mira on the Mira window when it's one of the longest range Mira windows that you can use in this game. Ventilation coming out from gBots instead of an armor defense HUD. That's somewhat interesting.
Now, gBots was, I believe, the team, maybe it was unKnights, that went... Did they go downstairs first? No, they didn't. No, they went upstairs on Consulate first.
I mean, yeah, they're all kind of viable on Consulate. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, both these teams tried to force out upstairs in Consulate. And now it's just going to be very simple setup here, no big surprises. Curious if we're going to have any roamers downstairs or if it's going to be a full anchor. Also, it will not be CCD hold. gBots is not going to commit to that. They're going to be a little bit more consolidated. That's a little bit more conservative, and that's okay. We are going to have one roamer, that's Lion, with that C4 underneath, waiting for the opportunity.
Now we are going to be seeing this, like I said, this 4-1 split, Lions underneath. They will have the drop hatch opened up, so they could fall underneath if they need to. Fall back onto site. Now, I didn't see, they do have castle, and I saw them place one of the castle barricades on the center door into lockers, but I didn't get a chance to see about the basement and inside of the bathroom. Is that also castle barricaded? Let's take a look. There it is. It is castle barricaded on the bathroom doorway, so there's that. You've also got the doorway from Fountain into the site above,
Love
into
this
Archives.
setup. Love this setup here from gBots. They've got all their bases covered. However, unKnights, what are they doing here? So they are pushing into the offices and then later the archives. And once they have control over offices and archives, then they can make their push in through the bathroom and the tellers. They're going to have to contest with Drid using a shotgun, but Hicks will take him down. That's a first initial frag there for this round with half of it already progressed. And that's a really important one. I mean, that shotgun castle, super powerful.
Definitely is, but as well, Spoken's thermite charge did not go off on the west, or on the wall from office into the archives lounge.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that that did not happen. Curious also.
Hicks is going to try to challenge Wesker, however he missed the shots there from a defender coming up the west staircase, which is Choi. So now we have Hicks playing a quote-unquote defensive role behind this mirror window. And he's going to use this to his advantage, knowing that Wesker is going to be in the other side. Takes a couple bullets through the windowway, or through the wallway.
This is very aggressive from both of these teams, having the roamers up in CCTV, but then on top of it, Hicks just trying to challenge directly onto them. He's got 2 people to deal with. He takes out Wesker. He's got 1 more. I don't think he knows.
No,
and
Baraz
with the refrag.
He'll come out on top in that engagement. A 2-on-3 now. Spoken and Kaoxi, last 2 alive. 30 seconds to go here. Baraz is going to be up top still. Choi and Lion down below. And with about 30 seconds at their hands, they will need to head on down. Lion does not hear the quick drop, and Spoken will come out on top. Kaoxi's going to grab one as well. Last man alive is going to be Baraz. Can he look down through the hole? Right beneath him is where Spoken is planting. All he has to do is just look on through, but he does not. And the plant will be successful. And now this is looking like it's going to be an unKnights round.
Ooh, the mountain to climb is significant here. He's got a lot to contend with.
He's going to drop.
Oh, he gets Kaoxis.
He tags onto one, a one-on-one. Spoken's going to be inside of the hallway, looking in from the bottom of west stairs, in towards server, spots him, goes for the kill, and he gets it! And that's going to be unKnights securing round number 2. It is 1-1 here on map number 2.
What a back and forth round there for both of these teams. Great kiting from gBots upstairs. Great play on the attack from unKnights, trying to take control of the top floor before going downstairs. I mean, just in general, it was really well executed. But the thing is, gBots, they did something completely different than what we're used to seeing when it comes to an upstairs hold. Instead of just falling back to the site, right, like we always see.
They played ring around the rosy.
Ring around the, exactly.
Baited them around, spent a lot more time than most defensive teams will do.
Yeah, best analogy, ring around the rosy, and because of that, it almost went in their favor. Unfortunately, when it came to the attackers actually pushing into the site itself, it was really just straightforward.
So we will see unKnights go back up here in what looks to be a similar attempt. We saw the holes getting opened up between Fountain and CCTV. Similar reinforcements coming out as well. However, here's going to be a mirror window, which was not placed down last time.
Yeah, that mirror window inside of the B bomb site is going to be different than what we're used to. I mean, there's so many mirror windows you can use to hold offices. And that one in particular just is kind of not very common because you need to reinforce both of those walls. Otherwise, you lend yourself so much control to the attackers. I mean, it's such a big risk.
So I think what's going to happen is it will allow Jacques to stay inside of the office, have someone inside of B to cover the window. That way Jacques merely needs to focus on that triple wall.
That might be the wombo combo that unKnights is going for, and if it is, I mean, that sounds like it would work really well. But again, there's such a big risk because having that B bomb site wall open allows anyone playing on the window, they don't have to push into the window. They have full line of sight into both Armory and Archives, and it cuts off so much rotation. I mean, as long as your team's conscious of it, it's fine, right?
Yep.
But it's still a risk. But all the same, gBots setting themselves up to start things off by taking control of those east stairs before they pressure onto what appears to be B. And the majority of the unKnights defense is set up to hold this take. So, again,
it's gonna be quite
talking about big risks.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what?
I said it's going to be quite the confrontation between these two.
Absolutely, yeah. Looks like gBots might be trying to clear out those roamers first. There are, I do not believe, any roamers. Yeah, no roamers coming out from unKnights right now. They're going for a hard anchor, and that might work very well considering how it is that gBots is starting to shape up this attack. Hicks is active bandit tricking the office wall. This is very uncommon.
Now he does hear the charge going down, so he's going to get out of the way.
Play it safe. That's the smart move.
Yep.
Half the round left to go for this attack. They need to start getting this pressure a little bit more firm. You see Voy is using that exact mirror window, the exact way you were saying they were going to hold off that window, but it can also support the wall. And then on top of that, they also have the mirror window in the CCTV still. So Hicks playing inside this sandwich is got like a bit of a star fort formation going on, where he's got people on either side of him supporting his little island hold.
Look at all 3 of the attackers here on that east balcony. They're basically all huddled.
Yeah.
If there was any attempt at trying to throw C4 out there, it would snag 3 kills.
Oh, the grenade!
I think that came from above.
Yep.
That's how you get rid of him, even with double mirror windows looking into office. Wesker as well will tap the head of Voy. That is going to be 2 of the defenders down, and 45 seconds left for gBots to try to focus their way in through office into the B side of Archives.
Ladies and gentlemen, how to deal with a star formation, blow up the island. Jock, meanwhile, going to get the trade back onto a Lion.
Diffuser has been injured inside, or has been taken out of commission inside of the offices. Now Spoken left on 1 health on a dream here,
boy.
but they have refragged enough to make it back in the man count.
Uh-oh.
Wesker will go down by Kaoxi, a wonderful tap there. Now it's back in favor of unKnights. After 15 seconds left to go in the round, Choi and Drid. Choi's in no position to get this win, and so unfortunately, they're going to have to come up here. 10 seconds, they're going to have to rush, they have to push on in. Kaoxi grabs a crossfire. He's just going to waste a little bit of time. Choi and Drid going to move in forward, and they're going to snag 1 kill. They don't have enough time. They don't, and it's going to be alive, and it's going to be Choi coming out on top. Tremendous job, and that's going to be unKnights here, successfully winning round 3.
What seemed like it was a definitive gBots round quickly shifted with some great Mira play in that CCTV room, as well as the Mira play inside of the B bomb site, that one that you talked about. Just absolutely turning the tables back onto gBots, and it looked it all really kind of comes down to the fact that the diffuser was stranded on the west balcony.
So the one change I would have to the setup that we just saw unKnights hold the site with. I loved
a Jaeger.
I would love to have the Castle and Jaeger swap, and the Jaeger do some late ADS put downs like we saw Kaoxi doing on the corner of.
You mean the Bandit in the Jaeger?
No. So the Jaeger wasn't the Jaeger in break room, or was that Kaoxi on Bandit?
Yeah, but the Bandit was the one playing inside Island or Sandwich or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, last time I thought it was Castle.
Yeah, so it was the Bandit playing in Sandwich. I get what you're saying here.
Yeah.
And if you take the Bandit, you rotate him with the Jaeger who is playing in CCTV, then the Jaeger can active Jaeger himself.
Yes.
And sure, but the problem, of course, is that then your wall can be opened up. But I don't think there was a Habana.
They did have a Habana.
They did have a Habana. Whatever the case be, you know, you're still you're gonna die to the nade anyway.
Yes.
There are also, honestly, there are ways to dodge that nade. We saw some great nade dodging in that sandwich position from Slash if you recall correctly. He was playing Valkyrie, and he just kind of sidestepped it. So I mean, yeah, okay. Maybe you got to choose between the wall and the Jaeger device, and it's a difficult choice. But unfortunately for unKnights, it was the wrong one in that instance. Despite that, though, they still won the round. So, you know, at least there's that.
Yep.
Now we have unKnights going for their attack, and it's going to be starting things off, looks like, into the offices. This time we have a Fountain Mira, and I'm not sure where the second one is. But it's probably in, it's an office, maybe? Nope, it's on the main A wall itself. So this is a little bit of an older meta for the Mira windows, a little bit more baseline way back in the day. And, you know, it still works, but see if it's enough to hold back unKnights.
Now we have seen unKnights favoring the Buck and Sledge combination together, and I can't see that going wrong here, especially when the map itself is so destructible with soft walls and floors.
I mean, we've talked about it before. Border is probably top 3 destructible maps.
Spoken gonna try to just peek around through that triple wall of office. Kaoxi gonna get massive damage done by the gas grenade. Wester's gonna peek out from locker window to finish him off.
Not only is that a kill on the board for the defenders, but it's also a lot of pressure alleviated from that north side. However, Hicks will retrade it onto Lion, and that's also a very important frag, as that is the smoke gone.
And we will have... Oh, a double shot there. They thought he wasn't going to go peek, but Choi says no and grabs Spoken down. However, Jock is there to get the trade. That's a good shot by him. Now, we do have Wesker still here. He's actually retraded his position. He's taking the spot of Choi. Hicks moving on close. He's going to vault on through, grabs the kill, but gets injured in the process. Baraz heard that he's down. Teammate called it. However, he's going to go for pick this up, and it looks as though a double kill. Baraz will take out Voy, and the injured Hicks will be still injured and finished off by Wesker.
So here's the slugfest, ladies and gentlemen, that we were looking for between these two teams. gBots starting their comeback here on Border, as it was previously seeming very dominant for unKnights. So what happened there? Well, unKnights got a little ahead of themselves. They opened up the positions, but they didn't clear them. They didn't drone out before progressing their way into offices. More importantly, they had no roam clear coming out, and because of that, Pulse was allowed free reign from underneath, not only to make or call out information for his teammates, but also to C4 and get those kills. Now an even scoreline. We will see gBots back on attack, unKnights back on defense, and it's going to be ventilation.
So, still after 4 rounds, we are going to see unKnights come downstairs. This is going to be their first attempt down. No, second attempt downstairs. If I remember correctly. Because we did have last time, I think it was their Mira played underneath. No, I think that might have been gBots' defensive round, where we had Lion or Wesker as the Mira. But whatever it may be. That's right. They started out. They started off downstairs. gBots started off downstairs. So this is going to be unKnights' first attempt downstairs.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a weird twist, and it didn't work out for them. But yeah, I mean, it's nifty. You know, it's good to get to try and get some of that variation. I mean, we say variation. It's the same floor, guys. It's the same floor. You're gonna go there second, if not first. You know. We have a very open setup coming out here from unKnights, really digging into that A B bomb site wall. I like that hole there that is being opened up by smoke, as our spectator is showing us there. Nice couple holes, actually, on either side of this castle barricade, just all around the archives, and that's just a reading into where they know pressure is going to be coming from. You can even see it right now. Troy setting himself to push this exact angle, and he's going to have to contest with just all these holes. Look at them.
But there is no barbed wire there to stop a quick push. And with Troy being ashed, the reinforced wall, the castle barricade,
well, we'll see if he makes it past.
He can just easily go through. But again, if he hesitates here, Hicks is going to grab the control of it.
Oof, Troy is just, he's on the precipice of dying right now. I don't think he even knows. If he sprints in, then he's probably going to be fine. But they're doubling up on it. Look at this.
They are doubling up on it, and this is where you'd probably want to have both shotguns at their hand. But it looks as though there comes the shot. Troy rounds his way through. Kaoxi will pick up 1 kill there on the Lion, gets a double kill there on the Barrage. That's taking out the Hibana and the Thermite. All destructibility power from Reinforcement's perspective has been taken out of commission.
Oh,
a C4
no.
kill. Jacques, wonderful toss there onto the ground to finish off Troy, who just snuck himself inside of the archives.
What a setup here from unKnights. Now a 2 versus 5 with still half the round to go. But we will have Kaoxis taken down by Wesker. That's the start, hopefully, for gBots of a good finish here between Drid and Wesker.
Wesker and Drid are going to try to maintain control of this top floor. It looks as though all the defenders have rotated downstairs, gone on through the middle hatch, and that will allow for a 4-on-2 in favor of the defense at the moment.
Attackers have recovered.
Yeah, this is the smart play here by unKnights, going all the way back downstairs, saying, all right, you know, we don't need to hover on the top floor in a 2 versus 4. You used to actually have, in competitive play, you actually used to have, in this situation, teams who would still rush the last 2. They'd be like, let's go, get them frags, and you don't see it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't, especially with how talented all of our Pro League players have become over the years.
It really has.
Over the years, over the months.
You know, it's gone places, man. You know, right over the months.
Over the months.
Since the last couple, I mean, since the last year, since just previous year, it's really seen a huge improvement. And both of these teams, again, this is the slugfest right here. These rounds are getting traded out as Hicks finishes off.
Wesker will be the last one identified by the Heartbeat Sensor. He's going to try to drop here, go to the pistol kill into Spoken. Spoken's like, I got your number, and looks on up through the drop hatch to finish him off.
So yeah, I mean, that was pretty much a finished round. I really like the way that unKnights set themselves up there. So you saw as smoke was spraying up and missing onto the ash through that tiny little hole by the door, there was a smaller hole that was right next to the indestructible floor that was probably made by 1 shot from a shotgun. And that hole was exclusively for the C4, which was later thrown by the Pulse, because Ash was like, okay, well, if they're going to try to shoot me through the floor, I'll just stand on this indestructible little block. And no, they're ready for that too. They locked Ash into that decision too with those smoke grenades. You saw the smoke canisters come from where the castle barricade was broken.
Yep.
And it's just, they're locking Ash into like, okay, you're going to come from archives? Well, you cannot come from archives. unKnights had everything accounted for. It's really cool to see unKnights and some of the really innovative strats that they pull out just to pick off 1 player or 2 players or just deny 1 particular lane. And it works so well for them.
I think what we've also seen time and time again from both teams, mostly unKnights, but both teams, is that when they down someone or they get that initial kill or that initial down, they know what the rest of the opponents are going to do. They're going to try to focus their way, try to pick them up, or how they're going to maneuver, how they're going to trade out, how they're going to progress forward. So that's why I think they're investing so heavily in snagging one of those first kills of the round, because they know how the regroup, how the contingency plan is going to go.
Yeah. And we are going to be having unKnights now on attack. It's going to be gBots defending the ventilation, but quite deceptively defending the ventilation, as they are actually almost entirely upstairs right now. A very heavily invested upstairs defense, and we'll see if this works out for them. unKnights could potentially just walk in through the front door. Oh wow, I have never seen this.
This is the second time, but he fails the target, and he will fall. That is the second or third time I've seen that happen, especially not where he's fallen, but he's actually been successful. They'd rather take the 10 or so points of damage to get onto that balcony window rather than risk going up the ladder of this bus.
Yeah, see, the ladder of the bus is like you said, a huge gamble. And the reason it's a gamble, in case you're wondering, is because you're completely defenseless on that ladder, and it's difficult to challenge the windows that have a complete beat on the ladder, the top of the ladder.
It's
so as
very similar to the balconies of Chalet, which we saw earlier.
Yeah, and we talked about how it's easy to hold library because all you have to do is deny one ladder. You cannot repel on that. So that's a really nifty thing that we're seeing gBots try to, or sorry, unKnights try to bring out. I say, you know, unKnights is really showing us a lot of cool stuff today.
Now, Voy still going to be repelled on this east window. I'm sorry, north window here.
Looks like unKnights is trying to pressure in through that front door, that main window on the B-bomb side. Get the quick and easy defuse plant. They're going to have to contend with quite a lot of holes, and 3 players from gBots looking down into those holes. Wesker's just waiting for that window vault from Spo, and he won't even vault. He will be taken out behind the window itself.
Wonderful job there by Wesker. So with that, Diffuser's going to get picked up here by Jacques. Kaoxi going to snag 1 kill though on a Lion, even out man count. Now, it is unfortunate that Spo can get taken out because he should have had 100 health, or at least 90 or so through that fall, but he ended up falling all the way.
That's going to be right on the bench, I believe.
A very good shot. He looks on up, but not enough time as Hicks swings around, grabs a kill on the Wesker.
No, incorrect. Not on the bench, on the wall.
Right, so he does pop on through. He actually came out on top of that. Kaoxi, though, grabs another kill there on the Drid. Jacques gonna pop on out as Choi come to move in from the servers. This is looking very good here. Kaoxi grabs a 3rd kill of the round. Can he grab the 4th? We might just see this 4K come out from Kaoxi. He's gonna look on up the west stairs, and Baraz, he's gonna jump outside of the window, jump out of the balcony, snag the kill into Hicks. He's back in the sight, tries to take Kaoxi, and Kaoxi says, no, give me that 4K, and he comes out on top. unKnights winning round number 6.
I believe that's match point, is it not? It was a 3-2 lead, I believe, previously, so that might be, yeah, that's match point for unKnights. They're looking to lock things out here, ladies and gentlemen, on map number 2, and what a round it was. I love the setup that unKnights implemented there. So they had very clearly pre-oriented Capitao firebolts. They had the Blackbeard push his way into customs for a specific role, cutting off that rotation, and he did a great job of doing that. And then they simply laid down the appropriate firebolts. They made the push happen into the site all at once, and they got the defuse plant. It was really well coordinated.
Now, what we are seeing here from unKnights, again, is what I feel to be something that is countering gBots' play of IQ. They've opted to not go with the Valkyrie yet again, and instead, there looks like they're going to be bringing either a Bandit or Smoke. I mean, it seems like the Smoke is who they've opted to not have previously.
I mean, altogether, unKnights is, you know, it seems like they have a plan for every single operator. So even in the recruit that we saw previously on Consulate, that obviously wasn't a mistake, but they had a dedicated plan for said recruit.
Yep.
There was a reason they needed that barbed wire instead of cameras. There was a specific reason. And I like the way that unKnights calculates all of their play. It's very intriguing. So not bringing that Valkyrie, instead opting for whichever, there's a reason that they brought that. There's this, whatever barbed wire they place is very specific. Whatever reinforcements, not reinforcements, whatever castle barricades they place are specific. The batteries specific. The mirror windows, everything. It's all seemingly calculated.
Now the unKnights is going to be playing in a similar fashion to what they did previously the last time they were on this top floor. However, I believe this time Jacques will be that one inside of office instead of Hicks, unless they just rotated out. They did just rotate out, so Hicks is going to be back over there. They are going to have the wall soft inside of B with a mirror window right next to it. Higgs is still going to stay inside. Now, hopefully he won't get naded again, but stay tuned and see.
There are ways to dodge it, and I think Higgs might be able to make that happen.
If he just plays a little bit. Okay, he might have gotten rid of one of the. I don't think he did. Might have been an advanced placement there coming out of Lion with that advanced or with the thermite charge. But he did get hurt a little nonetheless.
Yeah, this is also wasting a tremendous amount of time. Good play here by Higgs. Even after he loses the wall there, he can hear it being placed. He's not going to contest. That's perfectly fine. Now he's going to be playing inside this sandwich, and it's going to be down to the IQ to get to that roof. And right now, IQ isn't on the roof. Now, Higgs is going to destroy the Hibana charges, which were breaking the window. And this needs to go quickly. Drid needs to get that grenade onto the bandit before this round can commence, really, truly, for the attackers.
Yep. So here it is. He's looking to see, is there an ADS? There is an ADS, so he will not be able to get his grenade tossed.
Here we go.
He's going to try, but unfortunately...
I think it was a battery, actually.
Oh, it might have been the battery. No, there was an ADS.
ADS.
There it was, so that's going to prevent one nade from going down onto Hicks.
He's going to have to call that to his
feet.
teammates.
Looks as though Wesker grabs one onto Jacques, and now it's a 5-on-4. However, Baraz has made his way in. There's no one inside of Fountain trying to challenge, and therefore he will secure the kill into Hicks. And we are going to see Baraz continue to force his way into the admin, or to the archives. Kaoxi looking to go long shot downtown on the west balcony towards Wesker. However, Voy has been injured and Baraz has been taken out of commission. A 4-on-3 now with 40 seconds left to go. However, Voy is injured. So Spoken and we've got, oh, there Kaoxi is going to be taken out by Wesker. So a 1-on-4 because Voy will not get picked up. So we're going to have a 4-on-1 and unKnights unfortunately not going to secure this round.
Yeah, no, we do see gBots starting to make that comeback want to happen here.
There is shots from Spoken onto Drid.
Oh no, just barely missing.
Drid's going to land quite a lot of shots, and Lion moving in forward. And they are going to snag him from behind, and Choi coming out on top with both of those kills.
Nice job to Choi there, locking that out, not allowing an inch for that mirror to get the clutch. Nice try though for the mirror. That was almost a comeback. A couple mistakes made by unKnights here and there, just getting picked off, trying to play their positions, but they still have one more chance to deny the overtime and win this map and series outright. They are going to be attacking onto an armory defense coming out from gBots.
Now, 3 weeks ago it was. 3 weeks ago we saw unKnights and Ents play. I'd really like to see a Millennium and unKnights matchup. I feel like that would be definitely one to keep an eye on, open for. And if unKnights wins this next round, we will see that next week.
Yep. So all the pressure now is on unKnights. gBots, while they are at the deficit, they are the ones on the upswing right now. And they're also the ones who need to get that overtime. And whereas unKnights, they need to deny it. It's gotta be now or possibly we will go to a third map.
And that third map will be Cafe.
Yeah, Cafe. gBot's going to be doing a very standard setup to what they have been doing thus far throughout this match. One mirror towards the offices, one mirror towards the A wall. Despite the fact that we haven't seen an A wall take, I think, this entire match. Trying to recall, no, I don't think we've seen one A wall take.
And typically, the reason we haven't seen one A-wall take is because there's always defenders inside of CCTV, but we are not seeing gBots go with that strategy this time.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that gBots doesn't even try to contend in CCTV when it's so easily contended these days. I mean, we see unKnights fully utilizing that strategy, and it's working great for them. In fact, they've won, despite the fact that they lost that last round, they got a kill from that CCTV. And they won the previous round because of their players in CCTV. Well, the previous defense of that floor because of their players in CCTV. I think it was Jaeger getting a triple kill, possibly a double kill from that mirror window.
Loading map.
Now we are going to have, like we said, an east balcony take. North window going to be secured by Kaoxi. Looks like he may have done that quick drop. He's got 90 health left on his body, and he's still alive, so that means he didn't come up the ladder.
Kaoxi really needs to apply this north pressure this time. Last time, it was much more difficult for unKnights to get this this takeout because Sludge wasn't applying that north balcony pressure at all because he died so early in the round.
Now previously, once that mirror window had been Hibana charged, which we see happening just now, we saw unKnights try to pop in through the window of office. And I think that was Troy managed to snag one kill there onto Spoken, and then got refragged by Jacques, who then got traded out by Wesker. However, that's not going to be the case this time as Voy pushes in through the east hallway, getting rid of Wesker. That was the one onto the mirror windows, I believe.
There's still a player in Fountain. Voy looking to cook that nade for said player. Not going to hit Troy. Troy is playing way safer. But this might...
Oh, will tag it, a wonderful frag, and a trade coming out from Lion onto Jacques. A 4-on-3. This is looking like it might be an unKnights round, and we are going to see this unfold in the next 60 seconds. Kaoxy still here, 0 frag grenades in hand, but is going to be moving in towards the window of North Balcony.
unKnights really needs to deal with Lion, as Lion is single-handedly holding down this B bomb site. Drid is still underneath, and there's no roam clear coming out from unKnights, just a drone.
And that will be Lion, unfortunately, falling, but I think that might have been intended as Drid, I think, opened that up somehow, or that might have been the shotgun from Lion. So with that, he's going to get on out of town. He's got 30 seconds to get back to site. Baraz needs to hold down the fort. C4 might come out from him. And Voy still trying to hold down this rotation. Lion cannot get back upstairs on that west staircase, or he will be spotted out and downed, finished off by Voy.
Still a C4 for the Pulse, and that's going to deny at least one plant. With only 18 seconds left to go, this could go in favor of gBots.
Hicks going to try to challenge this here onto Drid. He sees him, cannot get the target. Oh, the wall bang to finish off the round. Hicks is going to get the kill, and that's going to be Drid falling. All 3 members from gBots will go down, and unKnights will secure this final round, this final map, and they are going to go to play Millennium next week.
A fantastic collapse there by unKnights, locking it out on map number 2. Not letting it go to the overtime, not letting it go to the 3rd map. Well played to them. And, you know, I just have to say, some very well calculated and organized strategy from unKnights. I really do like a lot of the things that they're showing us today. That little ledge thing that they showed us, I've never seen that before. That's new to me.
I believe we saw it a few times, especially